So my Saturn return is exact on August 4th. Currently, as I'm filming this, it is August 2nd. We're gonna have a little chat about it. Technically, because my Saturn is retrograde right now. So Saturn has already been at the exact degree of my Saturn in my chart, but it has not been in the same direction. In my previous Saturn return update, I mentioned that time period where Saturn was direct and on my Saturn placement, I got rid of a lot of fate that no longer do I need to carry the weight of, and I'm grateful for that. I actually have a watch on this time, crazy. Yeah, I have 2 days. I've gotten back into a lot of routine recently. Chiron being in Aries with Saturn right now, there's a lot of healing work that I've been doing over the previous months, kind of leading up to this, and I'm starting to feel the rewards of that, so that has been good. There's still some things that are coming up kind of unexpectedly, as healing stuff does, but when it comes up, I'm easily able to sit with it. I was literally just telling my therapist I don't feel like my head is being forced underwater anymore, so that's great. I can breathe about it, okay? Let me sit and understand some things instead of having to like swim to the surface. Trauma is weird. So that's been a good journey. I've also been thinking about, and I think this is in part due to Neptune being conjunct with Saturn right now, and we have the North Node that is in Pisces currently. Also, my 10th house is ruled by Pisces, so there's that. It has a lot to do with it. But I've been thinking a lot about kind of like, where am I going in the future, and what does my career look like, and what is it that I'm earning, and what is it that I've already sacrificed that's going to help me get to that position. I can also feel that there's like this clarity that's bubbling to the surface that I do not have a full grasp on yet, but I've been working really hard and laying down the foundation to make sure that I am prepared to receive it. And when I do receive it, I have a feeling it's going to be on that August 4th date. I have a feeling. Everything recently has been normal, except for, and this might be because I'm a Scorpio stellium, including my sun and Pluto right now is in Aquarius, being ruled by that Saturn position. Oh dear goodness. Everything except for my schedule. I have no sleep schedule. I'm sleeping and taking care of myself, but I have no schedule. I have no work schedule. None, it doesn't exist. I have been getting up and, working and doing, like, I'm still being consistent with the things I need to be consistent in. But when it comes to having like what we would normally consider like the schedule or the routine of like, you do this every day at this Saturn stuff, like that does not exist for me right now. I'm on a different system, so it's been good to understand that and kind of get used to it. My dreams have also been really, really informative recently. Again, I think partially due to the Saturn being conjunct with Neptune right now, and that being right with my Saturn in my chart. I'm really looking forward to, once Saturn does cross over my Saturn, and I do have that exactness, because I'm thinking about, again, future stuff. Spirit's been working with me with like really, really long-term future stuff, not just like the next couple of years. Spirit's been like 30 years from now, when you get to your next Saturn return, this is what you're working towards. I don't have like a full picture yet, but Spirit was like, we'll leave it a little open, but also like you being me from Spirit, you need to know that there's check mark points on the way to this other thing that we've been telling you about. So I was like, okay, I'll sit with it. I'll track it. That looks fine to me. Spirit has also let me know the thing that I've been unpacking. This is actually maybe the most interesting part, crazy enough. I didn't even think about this until just now. The other thing that Spirit has been having me do for like a couple of days now is track my previous initiation with a Pisces 10th house and Neptune being on Saturn right now. Me and Spirit have been very diligent with what rights have been earned. Okay, so I've been looking at my other initiations. I've been learning about those for the previous like 9 months. I've been closing out those initiations, closing those chapters, being able to sit in the right rather than earning the right is different now. Spirit has also let me know moving forward, there's other initiations that I need to go through to make sure that I can make it to the destination that I need to get to within my purpose and my destiny. So Spirit has been helping me understand kind of what that initiation is gonna cost me. When did it get activated? Even if I wasn't aware of the activation, personally, for me, that's how my initiations work. They get activated. Then there becomes a point of no return. Spirit's like, you're in it now and you can't get out of it. And then I'll go through the initiation, have it be consecrated, finalized, closed, but I'm not quite there yet with this one. This one has really yet to begin. Like, I've been prepared for it, but in terms of it starting, that's why Spirit and I are looking at it, because Spirit is like, listen, in all those other initiations, you didn't know that's what was happening. So for this one, you get a heads up, you get to know, and you get to make an informed decision. because initiation costs a lot. It costs more than the spirits are gonna tell you. It's gonna cost more than you could ever imagine, to be honest. It costs a lot of innocence that you didn't even know existed. It costs sometimes things in the physical. It costs sometimes positions in society. There's a lot of different things, right? Initiation in the spirit is hard. It's supposed to be, though, because you're earning a right that is not supposed to ever be able to be taken away from you. Spirit, and now I'm getting on a tangent, but honestly, I'll talk about it. Spirit wouldn't give you those authorities in the spirit and have you learn and earn them within an initiation standpoint if you were just gonna go and give that authority to somebody else. So you go through years of training if you are in an initiation. At least this is how it happened for me. I went through years of training where I went through kind of like all of the different places where that authority could have been taken away from me, and I had to clear up relationships and clear up my foundations and clear up my roots and clear up my head and clear it out, clear it up, clear it out. You got to get yourself clean and learn about the authority at the same time. So now that I'm able to have informed consent about the initiation that I'm about to go through, rather than just being thrown into it and being told, okay, well, now you're in this for 7, 9, 11, 13 years, however long it might have been. Now you're in this, okay? So now this time I get to make an informed decision, and I know myself. I know myself really well at this point. I know myself well enough to know that I'm not gonna say no to the initiation that Spirit has offered to me. I don't know exactly what's going to happen yet, but I'm still breaking down the initiation preparation because for me, again, on a personal level, I have not ever gone through an initiation, even if I didn't realize it had started at the time. I have never stepped into an initiatory experience had I not had a period of preparation and taken active steps to prepare myself, regardless of what Spirit was telling me to do. The human will is a strange thing. So now that I've taken active steps for the majority of the other initiations I've been through, this initiation, the preparation, was my other initiations, which is a crazy thought. I needed all of that to go into this other initiation. Spirit, what are you asking me to do? I don't know yet. And also, Spirit has been working with me for that. So I have a feeling August 4th is going to bring some kind of revealing, and then probably the rest of the Saturn retrograde, and then getting Saturn back over my Saturn again is going to be a lot of transition. Pisces is a lot about transition, and with all the Neptune influence where Saturn is right now, I'll start going through the transitions to make sure that I can make it into that initiatory experience, because there are still transitions I need to go through to be able to get into placement for that to begin, which is also a wild thought. So much is happening in my life right now. So much is happening, and it's like by design, but I can't really refine it. I just am like in the ride, and then I have to decide, is this still something I want to be in the ride of, or do I put it down? And again, like I said, I know myself, and I stand up for the things that Spirit gives to me. I stand up for them. Yeah. So that's what I've been learning about. Oh dear goodness. With my Pisces 10th house and my Saturn retrograde in Aries as I lead up to this Saturn return. I've gotten sober off of nicotine and coffee over the previous month. It's been about a month. I reintroduced caffeinated tea once I got that out of my system, and I was pretty clear with it. No, it's been over a month. Oh, well, pat on the back, pat on the head, good job. And I started that process from basically when Saturn was direct on my personal Saturn. So the sober mind is easier to find. At least it is for me. So if you feel that is aligned, then there resonates for you too. But this is not the first time that Spirit has asked me to kind of clear out my body and clear out my system and clear out my head with the things I'm putting into my body. So I'm familiar with the process of kind of fasting from a certain thing or fasting from a certain, but knowing this time that I'm fasting from more kind of very influential spirits like nicotine and coffee. And those are on the chill side of very influential spirits, you know? So I've seen a lot in my life, and I will just leave it at that. But knowing that I'm gonna need that sobriety for a very specific reason in the future is really weird. I've never had that happen. So that's also been interesting. I think the only other thing that's been happening is I've been grieving still. So I feel really called to go back to old relationships or old places or old people that I've since left. That process of grief has been strange, where it's this person comes up and it's are you gonna really close the cycle, or are you gonna return to them? So I've been closing those out. It's been kind of hard, but also I'm grateful that I'm able to process it and move on from it at the same time. So that's the Saturn return update. I probably am gonna do an August 4th Saturn return exact, and we'll see what happens. I don't know yet, but I'll know then. So gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep up the brew that you do. I for sure will too. Does Saturn give us an option? Yes. Will I continue to be in the pattern? Yes. That is the only option I'm giving myself. Time to keep it up. Here we are. Yup. I'm grateful for the maturation of the Saturn return also. That's been really good. And I'll talk to you soon. Come catch that August 4th update. Yeah, also true.